What's up, guys? Rip Trippers back at you tonight. So I've had a lot of people ask me to do this post. I'm going to do it. This post is going to be dedicated to Rebuildable Atomizer supplies. The tools that I use on an everyday basis, the materials I use for my Rebuildable Atomizers, where I buy my stuff, all that good stuff. But before I get into that, I also want to share with you guys, if you go to my YouTube channel page at this link below, there are categories. I've actually organized my categories. I've got the recent uploads. I've got all my coil building videos all in one category, so they're easy to find. Vaping hardware for newbies, a category for clones, all that good stuff. All you gotta do is go to my channel. You just scroll down to the bottom and you see those categories. It makes it a lot easier to find the stuff that you want to find. All right, back to this post. First thing I'm going to go over are the tools that I use pretty much on an everyday basis, whether I'm wrapping a Genesis atomizer, an RDA, an RBA, an RTA, whatever, doesn't matter. First thing, torch. I carry this thing with me everywhere. It's a microjet torch. I actually purchased this for like $15, $16. You can buy them at Lowe's or Home Depot. I use this thing for all my Genesis builds. If I'm using stainless steel mesh, to torch, to oxidize. I use it when I'm making my micro coils, my nano coils, my 10-man coils. Pretty much any type of coil that I'm making, I'm using this torch. It's a must-have. The reason why I like this thing is because it's small, it's compact, it's easy to carry around. But you got your butane lighter in here, and the butane runs out in this lighter. All I do is just fill it up from the bottom, make sure that the flame is set to high, pop it back in there, and then boom, every time. Love it. This torch has lasted me the longest out of all the other torches that I've owned, and it's been the cheapest, so I highly recommend the microjet. I also carry around nail clippers. I find that I can really get in with these nail clippers into tight places and nip it to where it's flush, where the coil is flush, especially if I'm doing like a pro tank build or anywhere where the coil needs to be flush. These nail clippers are perfect. Also, whenever I'm using silica, I notice that with the nail clippers, I can always clip the silica even. Now, anytime I've ever used scissors when clipping silica, it's just the silica flies everywhere. It's not even. One side's longer than the other on the ends. That's why I love these nail clippers. Tweezers. You guys have seen me use them in my most recent videos. I use these things a lot when I'm building micro coils, when I'm building 10-man coils, when I'm building nano coils. These are Tweezerman tweezers, and also these nail clippers are Tweezerman as well. I purchased both of these devices from the grocery store. They are pretty expensive, but you do get what you pay for. I've had these tweezers for the past 6 months and they're still going strong. Love them. My 5/64 drill bit, I use this thing on a daily basis. You can actually buy a drill bit set from Lowe's or Home Depot. That's where I got this 5/64 drill bit. I'm constantly using this thing. I use the 20 gauge syringe needle when I'm wrapping nano coils. That's pretty much the only time I'm using this needle. And I actually purchased this from a company called Wizard Labs. I carry around a Phillips head, flathead screwdriver. I use them to tighten down connections on Genesis atomizers. I use them to push in the wick, the cotton. I use them for pretty much everything that I'm doing, okay? Again, you can buy a tool set from Home Depot or Lowe's. That includes different size Phillips heads, that includes different size flatheads, all that good stuff. So those are the tools that I use pretty much on an everyday basis. If you're looking for a site that sells stuff, it's like a one-stop shop, they sell everything, you gotta check out Kidney Puncher, kidneypuncher.com. So like for example, I bought a bunch of Kanthal, nickel wire, silver wire, ribbon wire, different gauge wire, and it came like this, okay? A bunch of stuff. I'll post a link below, but kidneypuncher.com, they sell pretty much anything you're looking for rebuildable supplies. They sell A1 Kanthal 22 to 36 gauge. 22 to 36 gauge. They sell in quantity of 3 feet. They sell ribbon wire. They've got 0.3 millimeter by 0.1 millimeter. They got 0.5 millimeter by 0.1 millimeter. They've got 0.8 millimeter by 0.1 millimeter. A lot of options, okay? They sell nichrome wire. They sell nichrome ribbon wire. They sell SS mesh, whether you're looking for 304 or 316. They sell 270 by 270 SS mesh, 300 by 300, 400 by 400 SS mesh, and 500 by 500 SS mesh. They've got tons of options in the Echo wool department, hollow or threaded. They also sell the FC2000 ceramic wick. I did a review on the FC2000 ceramic wick months back, and it's a fantastic wick. Ceramic produces great flavor. They sell those over there. They have two different size options for the ceramic wick, the 1/8 or the 7/64. They have different options for the silica wicks, 0.6 millimeters, 2 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters, 3 millimeters. I mean, tons of options. They've even got wire rope, which is stainless steel wire rope for your Genesis atomizer. They've got different options there, 1/8, 3/32, 1/16. They also sell no resistance wire if you're an Ithaca user or an Ithaca clone user. Kidney Puncher has really competitive deals, but I go there to sample stuff. For example, I just bought a bunch of A1 wire, 26 gauge, 24 gauge. I've been testing that out. I got reviews coming on that, guys. But I mean, if you want to go somewhere where you can buy consistently, they have tons of options. But I use it to sample out stuff to see what I really like. And then I've got places where you can buy this stuff in bulk for a great deal as well. I'm going to go over that in a second. But yeah, kidneypuncher.com. Check it out. I'll post a link below. You guys who've been watching my videos, watching me wrap coils, doing all the tutorials, you know that I love my cotton. I gotta have my cotton. And I love my organic cotton, okay? Now, a lot of people ask me, well, what type of cotton? Can you use regular cotton, this, that, and the other? Yeah, you can. You're just gonna have to boil it longer. I buy this stuff from Whole Foods Market. And what I do is once I buy it, I stick it in the pot, I boil it. Make sure that when you boil it, you're not using regular tap water. You want to use distilled water, okay? So I boil it for 15 minutes, and then I rinse it with distilled water through a strainer. And then what I'll do is I'll boil it again for 15 minutes with distilled water, and then I'll let air dry for 24 hours, and then it's good to go. I could run off this bag for years if I wanted to. Now I'm building probably 5 to 10 new coils every day. I mean, I'm running through coils, just testing, experimenting, all that good stuff. And this stuff has lasted me for a long time. Cotton is cheap, man. I bought a bag of this stuff for like freaking $4. It's so damn cheap. Highly recommended. And the flavor, forget about it. The flavor is freaking some of the cleanest flavor that I've gotten. Cheesecloth. Got this stuff from Whole Foods. As you can see, it's not bleached. It's unbleached virgin cheesecloth. I've used this with stainless steel mesh. I find it to be very efficient. The flavor to be unbelievable. Actually, my favorite setup with the cheesecloth is ceramic. Is with the ceramic wick, the FC2000 wick. Oh man, when you wrap this stuff around the FC2000 wick, it's fantastic. I got another post for my favorite wicks and all that good stuff coming up, but I don't use as much cheesecloth anymore just because the organic cotton from now is taking its place. But I highly recommend it either with stainless steel mesh or with ceramic wick. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Kanthal, where you can buy this stuff in bulk, because a lot of people ask me, man, where do you get this stuff? How do you get it? I mean, when I first started with Rebuildables almost 2 years ago, it's been almost that long, guys. I was buying this stuff from eBay. I remember I bought this stuff right here. Holy shnikes. Holy shnikes. 32 gauge. This is 225 feet. It's still going. This is like 2 years old, guys. 225 feet, still going. And I bought it from eBay for like $350. 225 freaking feet for like $350. The price has gone way up since then. And when things are in demand, the price goes up. I mean, that's just the way business works. But I don't get my stuff on eBay anymore. I'll show you guys where I get my stuff. Okay, for example, this stuff right here, you see this spool? This is a year old. This is over a year old. This is probably a year and a half old, guys. It's a spool of 28 gauge, 2.2 pounds of it. Okay, I purchased this stuff from a company called Duralite. I'll post a link below. Duralite. The last time I checked, and this has been a while, you could buy A1 28 gauge Kanthal, and you could buy A1 30 gauge. That's what they were carrying. Now you got to call them. I'll post a link to their site. I'll post their phone number, but you got to call to order for some reason. This stuff right here I didn't even put a dent in this. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. 2.2 pounds. Do you know how much, you know how much this cost me? $60 for 2.2 pounds. Now, it was a year and a half ago, and I mean, hardly anybody was into rebuildables because no one was selling them in the States. You could barely get them. But the price has probably gone up because the demand's higher, okay? So 2.2 pounds, guys, that's like 5,000 feet of wire. It's going to last me probably for the rest of my life. Duralite, www.duralite.com. They sell this stuff by the bulk, and it's cheap, man. It's cheap. Unfortunately, Duralite doesn't have their prices on the site. I couldn't find them. But there's another place that sells Kanthal in bulk too. That's a place called Timco. Again, I'll post a link below. I just checked tonight, and they're selling like 1,000 feet of 28 gauge for like $65. Now, that's not 5,000 feet for $60, but also this was a year and a half ago, and like I said, the price probably went up because of the demand. This was tonight I checked, 1,000 feet. They sell like 22 gauge, 24 gauge, 26 gauge, 27 gauge, 28 gauge, 29 gauge, 30 gauge, all the way up to 36 gauge, maybe even higher. They sell it all, and they sell in bulk. And they also give you options. So you could buy like 100 feet, you could buy this, that, and the other. These sites, the Duralite and the Timco, are the sites I go to buy in major bulk. They're the sites that I know I'm going to get great quality wire, and I'm going to get authentic Kanthal A1 wire. Okay, I know that. Now, the good thing about Kidney Puncher is they're very reliable. I've purchased from them many times. Many times. They got great shipping. They're very reliable, and they're good samplers. I can spend $10, $20 on a few things and sample it and know whether I like it or not. And if I like it, I know where to go to buy it in bulk. Okay? SS Mesh. Unfortunately, I don't have any SS Mesh with me, but I can tell you where to get it. I just ran out a few days ago of SS Mesh. I had a 12x12 sheet that I bought from a company called McMaster Car. I'll post a link below. Their prices really have not gone up. Now, it all depends on the mesh that you're buying. There's two different types of mesh that I recommend. 325 by 325 and 200 by 200. 200 by 200, to me, puts off some of the best flavor. And that's just my opinion, okay? 200 mesh. The only thing is it doesn't last, to me, it doesn't last as long as the 325. The good thing is that at McMaster Car, you can buy a 12x12 sheet of 325 mesh for only $10.25. That's not including the shipping, obviously, but the 200 mesh, you can buy a 12x12 sheet for $11. Guys, that is like dirt cheap. That 12x12 sheet that I just ran out of a couple days ago has lasted me for over a year, okay? The last thing to carry around that I forgot to mention is paper towels. I have a roll of paper towels upstairs with me all the time when I'm shooting, when I'm building, when I'm vaping, constantly, because you're going to get, you're going to have some spills, you're going to have some leaks. It's just the way it is. That's just the nature of vaping. I hope this helps, guys. This is the stuff that I've been using. If you have places that you go, that you buy bulk, or you have other places that you can vouch for that are reliable, that sell great quality product, please post in the comments section to help others as well. I would greatly appreciate that. This is Rip Trippers. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, feel free to comment below. And remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.